All right. So, started working on that slideshow thing. That work is not easy for me. Not. I find it tedious. I'd rather just talk to the camera, but visually, I don't think the point gets across. It's because I don't learn that way. I'm a bullet points kind of guy. Just give me some bullet points and I can get it, but I know not everybody learns that way. People need explanations, they need visuals, they need descriptive language. So, but I'm trying. I always learn something new that way. Having to refine your point. I was having a conversation earlier about the daily disciplines and how so I've talked about it before, just a little thing that's not that hard to do, a 5-10 minute thing. You do it every day and it becomes, in a year it just has made a drastic difference in your life. So myself personally, two of the tiny habits, daily discipline type habits that I recommend and I think are necessary are praying every day, praying before you go to bed and praying before you wake up, using the TAPS formula I got from my friend Jim, saying thanks, asking for something, people, pray for other people, and then saying you're sorry. Pretty simple format, and includes everything that's you'll get all the benefits out of prayer that you're supposed to get you where you're going. Doing that twice a day, and then just reading the Gospels just a little bit. Doesn't take much, and then I've been doing that for probably about a year now, and where I was to where I am now is drastically different. Drastically different. How I live my life, how I interact with people, how much I'm able to help people. Not even talking about God. But just because I know that if I had a problem and somebody's like, "Oh yeah, have you thought about God?" I would be immediately turned off. I would have been immediately turned off back in the day, before I had my experience. I had to be led there, kind of stealth. Had to happen stealthily. If somebody had just come to me, "Oh yeah, all the solutions to your problems, just let go and let God," and my brain would immediately shut off. I would have found a way out of that conversation and would have avoided conversations or ever telling them a problem I had again. So I just that's this Good Soil project that I'm working on is getting people ready for the seed. I think that's my job. That's what I feel led to do. Everything I do is kind of preparing myself to be good soil. So those are the things I know how to do. And I remember exactly how I was led to, my exact path. So it's just a matter of literally softening my heart, deepening my knowledge, loosening my ties, and now I feel like I'm finally able to help people. Start bearing some fruit. I help people by just kind of meeting them where they're at. I don't try to shove solutions down their throat. I just think, hey, have you heard about this? Have you heard about fasting? Have you heard about even essential oils? I think are beneficial and natural, and they're mentioned in the Bible. And if I feel like that's what somebody needs, I'll suggest that. The fasting, different nutritional stuff, getting away from all the man-made nutrition. Basically, I really feel like if you use as a rule of thumb, asking yourself if you're about to eat something, did God make this? Yes or no? If you're able to say yes to it, then eat it. It should be okay. I mean, other than poisonous things, but things that you know are okay to eat and that God made. So, yes, God made fruit, but should you subsist entirely on fruit? No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all, because there has never been a culture that subsisted entirely on fruit or vegetables. Every culture that was ever encountered, a large part of their diet was meat and animals. I don't know. Part of me thinks that the whole vegan thing going on nowadays is just another example of man's hubris. Because a vegan diet is unsustainable without B12 supplementation. God didn't make you to eat only vegetables, otherwise He would have made it so that you could do that. He wouldn't have made you need B12. So right there, I think that's just another example of man saying, "Oh, look, we made B12. Now we don't have to eat the way we're designed to eat. We're, I don't know, man trying to be God again." It's like, you know what? Just eat animals. Animals eat each other. Be humane about it. Be, just like you eat anything. You give thanks. You appreciate the sacrifice, and when you die, you go back into the cycle. There's nothing morally wrong that I see. But there is an argument to be made that planting crops and making the entire world into food for humans is amoral. Whenever you have to plant vegetables and crops, you're necessarily saying, okay, now all these other plants and crops can't grow here. And you have to till up way more land, acreage, to make the same caloric, the same amount of calories as, one cow. One cow is like 40,000 calories and needs like 20 acres in order to get, or I don't know, something like that. These numbers are vague. I don't have them on hand, but a cow does not need the amount of acres that it would take to make 40,000 calories of vegetables and fruit, but also nutritionally complete. Everything that you need there is in the cow. Yes, there's vitamin C. Look it up. But anyways, that's kind of just a side point. But either way, that's kind of that's a confusing thing. People confusing their purpose on the earth. You're not here to save the animals. You're here to love your neighbor. but it's not really Christians that are vegans, I find. So I should look that up. Other Christian vegans and what they think, how they let's see, that's what I'm doing. I learn as I go along, but what I do know, I'm trying to share with you. And I'd love to set up something where I could help people, some kind of like just a coaching thing where people can reach me and then I can help people. I can meet you where you're at. This talking into the camera is not ideal. I'm much better at talking to somebody, asking a handful of questions maybe to figure out, where exactly are they? What have they tried before? What's going on? And then giving them the solution they need. That's more how I operate best, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So with these videos, I'm trying to just make a kind of library that people, a way that people can possibly find me, but also a way for if people can get to know me before getting to know me. You know what I mean? So, I'm extra cold today. I'm fasting. I haven't had any food in about 26 hours, and I haven't had any water in about 20 hours. So I get a little chilly when I'm fasting like that. From what I've heard, it's because your blood is going out and getting your fat. It's going out to your extremities, so keeps you cooler. But yeah, actually, I had a cold. I felt like a cold was coming on. Kind of was eating like garbage over the weekend. Like I said, I had stayed up late Saturday. I had stayed up late Saturday, and then I ate like garbage on Sunday. And then I felt something coming on. My nose started running yesterday afternoon, so I was like, okay, I'm going to dry fast. Because I gave up the caffeine. I didn't have to worry about caffeine withdrawal. I didn't have to go through that and then fast. I could just go right into a dry fast. And so I did have some of the snake juice before bed, just to make sure I was kind of properly hydrated. Some salt, I had my salts. Did some Wim Hof breathing. Probably describe that, or you can just look it up. I'm no expert at it, but woke up this morning, nose not running. I've been fine all day. No nose running, no lymph nodes are still maybe a little tender, but other than that, so yeah, dry fasting, awesome. Wim Hof alkalizes you, and then wakes up your vagus nerve, does a bunch of different stuff. Like I said, I'm no expert though. So going into work now, I'm gonna do 5 hours of massage, fasted. It's always interesting. Then I'll go home and I don't know, maybe I'll just break my fast tomorrow morning. Excuse me. Break it with some snake juice. Well, maybe some eggs. Maybe some eggs. That'd be best. All right. I hope this message finds you. God bless.